I grew up with a guy that paints, King Saladeen, my man Heem. Like, I grew up with him playing basketball. He's a little older than me, so I used to always be a younger guy. And this boy can get some buckets, you feel me? So, like, this dude was good. This boy used to average damn near 30 points in the public league. The guy could have went to college and became almost he could have became a professional athlete in my eyes. Of course, he had things to work on, but his passion was artwork, like painting. And being from Southwest and West Philly, like, you don't have no role model when you paint or you're in the cameras. You don't have no role model. So being so young and him being just a few years older, I was able to watch him, like, give up something I thought was his first love, basketball, and to just attack his goal in painting. And he had other friends that encouraged that, good supporting cast, and I just watched that from the outside. But he always kept me as his young bull. If you're not from Philly, he always kept me as his little homie. Like, he always made sure, like, I mean, he would always kick it with me. He would never throw me shade. He would never push me away. But I was going through this dark space in life, and I used to reach out to him because we used to work together and talk about all the things we were going to accomplish with this talent and this creativity that we have and we possess, and this talent that we have. So we used to always say what we going to do. This man walked out his job. Like, walked out like, yo, I can't do it. And it was like a holiday or something. Now, I already left the job. I already had left. I already had leaped on faith. But then I ran into that dark space. This man started using his money he saved up in a sneaker box. This is facts. You can look him up at King Saladeen on Instagram. And make sure you go to www.kingsaladeenart.com. You can check out all his work. He's doing his thing now, man. That's my big bro. So anyway, back to the story, man. Like, so I would call him and be like, yo, bro, where you at, man? I'm trying to come out there because I'm trying to get out my phone. He would always pick up the phone like, yo, I'm in Miami. Yo, I'm in LA. Yo, I'm in New York. And I wouldn't be able to make the move dealing with what I was dealing with. So he used to, once a year, he would always call, like, where you at? It's movie time, man. Bring them cameras out. And I wouldn't be ready, and I would tell him what I had going on. He would never just shut me down. He would always let me know, yo, you're going to have to make that move no matter what you got going on. I was scared, yo. Like, I was really terrified to, like, deal with what I had going on. You got the family things. I'm obligated. I got responsibilities. I can't just pick up and leave. I got kids. I don't, you know what I mean? He took that leap. And I called him one year, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm ready. And then he like, all right, bet. I never went. All on me. He still didn't turn his shoulder. Called him again. Long story short, 3-4 years went past, and he had a show in Jersey, like in New Jersey, close to New York, Short Hills Mall. I'll never forget this. And I had just got out of a dark situation, and that situation didn't get no better, but I realized where I was at with that situation, and that man was like, yo, I'm doing a show at Neiman Marcus, and bring your camera, man. It's time. And I guess I was finally at that place where I just like, you know what? And I called my cousin who invested everything into me, man. He believed in me more than I believed in myself at times. So this guy jumped in his car, come straight from work, no sleep, put me in a car, get all the way to Short Hills, which was like almost 2 hours away from Philly, or an hour, wherever it was. It was crazy. He had a headache. He did a double. It was like, it was real life happening. I get to Short Hills. This is the first time I seen my man in years, man. We talked, but I haven't seen him. So I just was so proud to see, like, the space he was in, man. His artwork all around Neiman Marcus. He's painting on all this expensive clothing. Where we from, man, like, none of that happens, man. Like, we don't see that. Like, you know, it's dope when you got a Gucci belt and all that where we from. And as young fellas, we used to chase stuff like that and, you know, thought that was the way out. But he realized a long time ago, like, I got to go get it. So to see him in his space was amazing. So I come down the escalator. He spot me from the rip. He in the middle of a deep conversation with people that look very important. I'll say that. And he ran over to me like, yo, Wells, what's up, man? Damn, I'm glad you came. This and that and the third. And I remember having this feeling like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, somebody really kept their word for the first time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where we from, that don't happen, man. Like, we lost a lot of friends young. You grow up with people that, you know, you watch go down the wrong path, and you got to make a decision what you're going to do. So, to stand there in the middle of that mall and that Neiman Marcus, man, and see him doing his thing. He brought me right in the middle of it, introduced me to all his management, all his people, that his street team, his friends and family that I didn't know. But growing up, like I said, I knew his family from playing basketball. Man, from that day, that man took me from Short Hills Mall to New York to Los Angeles for the first time I ever flew on a plane. He did this, like, and all I did was like document everything he was doing, man. And that changed my life. That put a different perspective on everything I had going on, along with still dealing with life. You know what I mean? He used to give me talks like, bro, like you got a lot going on, but ain't no excuses and there ain't no handouts. So you got to work for everything you gonna get. And that might have been the most like inspiring information I could have got from someone that grew up where I grew up at and like knew what I was facing. Like it wasn't like he was just talking Hollywood talk. He was talking because he knew what I was facing and dealing with and like what I come from. So he knew when I would say, man, I can't. He would shut that right down. Like you can't find friends like that, man. You know, I already got my other homies over here that push me and do everything, but from a creative standpoint, he was like one of the most inspirational people that I ever came across. And just to think, we was banging our knees on the same pavement playing basketball back in the day. And it was like, when I went to LA, I started meeting people and like rubbing shoulders, and he was showing me how to interact with people that I never interacted with. He was telling me like how to accomplish your goals without it being financial all the time. Everything ain't financial. So if you out there trying to chase a dream, like it ain't about the money you receive from the project. It's about the connections you make, and it's about the places you get to go and the places you get to place your creativity in. So don't ever forget that. The moral of the story is, man, like without that experience, without that man bringing me into his world, you know what I mean, I would never be able to share this with you.
My man, Saladeen, and the No Limit team, out here taping off the next project. I mean, doing big things, man. A pleasure to be a part of it. I know